Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining today's live summit. We have a special summit today, and we are doing it our co-partners from Bulgaria. I will introduce her in a minute. So I appreciate that you have joined today's live, and we have a lot of things to talk about. We are running special programs, and as well as entrepreneur. We have our partners and a keynote speaker, and we will introduce them gradually. But before I do anything, if you are watching this live through LinkedIn or any other social media, please feel free to use the comment box, and we will try to answer your questions. It will be a detailed session with me and my partners and the special guest, keynote speaker. So I just wanted to introduce Staykova, and you probably know her. I have done some programs with her so far, and she is continually developing to support individuals with her framework, and he has a specific framework and working for such a long time. Staykova, thank you very much for arranging this summit with me, and I appreciate the work you do for the community. Could you please introduce yourself to the audience, please?
Thank you. Thank you very much, Dr. Shah. It's great that I'm having you as our host and also a co-organizer of this year's summit. Great to be able to represent our activity and our program as well. Thank you for joining us today. And I start with the first point of our agenda for today.
Yes. So,
With
Staykova,
the
before I
theory,
jump
yes.
into, sorry, excuse me. Before I jump into our presentation, I just wanted to ask you specifically brief, detailed questions, because this is you are doing this program for I think last few years. Can you tell us why
Yes.
you are doing these programs? Because uh, you are in Bulgaria, and you have this infinite of theory of infinite potentials. Why you have come up with such programs?
Well, I decided to come up with this program first to implement the theory of infinite potential and help the people out there to start business from their idea and actually to understand how important is their potential and their ideas for the society and for the economy.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, this program and all other projects are helping for the implementation of the theory.
Okay. Thank you very much. So I will share the screen now. So to all the
Yes.
viewers, Staykova will do a detailed presentation of the work that's we're going to be doing. And we wanted to bring this program to Bangladesh as well as Southeast Asia and other countries apart from Europe. So we just started. It is just in the phase of development. So we're going to be having more development. And we have a special guest. He's joining though. He's not yet joined, but when he joined, we will continue to discuss this with him as well. But before I do that, I will share my screen, and I would request Staykova to start your presentation.
Okay, thank you. Well, let's start first with the theory of infinite potential, which is that each individual has unique potential that is essential for the society and for its progress. According to research made for NASA, 98% of the people are creative geniuses at the age between 4 and 5 years old. But at the age of 31 years old, only 2% of them remain creative geniuses. Obviously, something happened between 4 and 31 years old age, and we really have to do something to wake up this dormant creativity in us. According to the scientists, the easiest way to do so is just to start dreaming again and let our imagination and creativity work. The next one, let's see why our potential is unique. Actually, we as human beings are born that way. We have unique fingerprints, we have unique voices, ears, and our brain neurons connections are unique. That's why the way we accept and process information is different. Also, our inborn talent is different. We are talented in different areas, which is great because this talent and the way we process information actually makes us unique and enables us to create innovations and solutions for the society. But how exactly our potential and our creativity is helping our society and our economy? Actually, all the value in the economy is created by the human work and human creativity. Without our work and creativity, for example, the iron will be just piece of metal, and we won't have bridges, we won't have buildings, we won't have cars, and everything that is created by the raw materials. That's why our activity, our creativity, and our potential is so important. And as I said already, we are the one that creating value in our society and economy, but also we are the consumers of this value. So without the human in as a building block of the economy, uh, there won't be any economy at all. That's why it's so important to release our unique potential and to in order to create new solutions and innovations for the society. And that's why our ideas matters, because this unique potential and this unique way of processing of the information actually enables to find unique solutions and stepping on the information and the knowledge we already have to create a new one, to discover new things and new solutions for the problems we have. And as you can see, the ideas are the catalysts and the foundations for any innovation or business we have so far.
Thanks.
And they will become even more and more important in the era of for which a lot of people actually may feel overwhelmed. But exactly this is the reason why our ideas and our unique potential is so important, because AI are stepping on the basis of the knowledge we have already. But in order to build up over that knowledge, to discover new things and new solutions, we need this human unique potential in order to have new actions. And this is the way actually to stay relevant in the age of your unique potential by start dreaming again and use AI and tool that can increase the productivity, your productivity or of your business. For example, to create this presentation, I use AI to create presentation from my content. And it took me only 3 minutes, which saves a lot of time. And I want to share with you also, just a moment, another video which I was able to create again with AI just for a few minutes, something that usually would take much more time. Just a moment. Let me check for the other video.
We do not hear the sound
Can you
of the
see the video now?
It's a silent video?
The sound? No?
So you need to share a window, then we can hear the sound.
Okay, just a moment. Let me share the entire screen. Maybe it will be better.
I don't think people understand how crucial their eyes.
Yes, we can hear the sound now, but the
According
video
to
is
NASA
stuck.
research, 98% of children aged 4, 5 are.
Can you hear now properly?
We can hear the voice sound now, but the video is stuck.
Okay, let me try again.
Person has a unique potential essential for the society.
So
I don't think people
if
understand
the video is stuck, I think you need to refresh
According
it.
to NASA research,
The internet is not
98%
good enough for us to show the
Fine.
video.
Fast forward to age 31, and
I
only
see.
2% retain that spark. What happened? Life, routine.
Okay, how it is now?
But here's the kicker. You can
No,
reignite
it's the
that
same.
creativity.
No, it's
Start dreaming again.
still it is stuck.
Okay. Can you try to play it from your side?
I can. Let me load it for a minute. And then, and my internet is also, okay. Let me share it because I'm going to be sharing my screen anyway. So just give me 1 second. It is playing well
Okay.
here. So just give me a second. You have 2 videos, aren't there? So you wanted to share both of these videos. So let me.
Yes.
Okay, just give me a second.
No, not this one. Turn your idea into business concept, but the other one for the theory of infinite potential.
Let me check. Yeah, just give me a second. I just share my screen. So, window, screen. Let me, if you can see my screen. Can you see my screen?
No.
Is it visible now?
Yes.
Okay. So you wanted to play this video?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes,
I'm just
please.
playing now.
Thank you.
For the society. I don't think people understand how crucial their ideas are. You're a powerhouse of potential. According to NASA research, 98% of children aged 4-5 are creative.
It's also not loading well. So I think it's the internet problem. Let me check to download it and play it. You see my download speed is fast, but it's not playing well. So sorry everyone for the internet speed. It's not on our hands, but I've just downloaded it. So it will play nicely.
98% of children aged 4-5 are creative geniuses.
So I will
Fast forward to age 31, and only 2%
start the
Each
video
person has a unique.
on my
I don't think
screen.
people understand how crucial their ideas are. You're a powerhouse of potential. According to NASA research, 98% of children.
Okay. So we're going to be running this again, Svetla. You can see it now?
Yes.
So
Yes,
I'm
I
going to be
can see
full
it. It's better
zoom.
now. Yes.
And
Yes, I can see it. It's better now.
I'm
Each
playing.
person has a unique potential essential for the society. I don't think people understand how crucial their ideas are. You're a powerhouse of potential. According to NASA research, 98% of children aged 4-5 are creative geniuses. Fast forward to age 31, and only 2% retain that spark. What happened? Life, routine, and doubt. But here's the kicker. You can reignite that creativity. Start dreaming again. We're all unique, from our fingerprints to our neural connections, and that uniqueness is your superpower. Your ideas matter. Humans transform iron into tools, wood into furniture. Without our creativity, they're just raw materials. Your potential fuels innovation and drives the economy. Worried about AI? Don't be. Use it as a tool, not a crutch. Embrace your unique creativity. Dream, innovate, and create. Your ideas are the magic that turns the ordinary into extraordinary. So what are you waiting for? Start dreaming and let your unique potential shine for the betterment of society.
Okay. So to everyone, this video was created by iStock. That you can see the iStock logo on that. So this is not for using for commercial purposes, and we just used it for the training purposes and not for commercial one. So Staykova, thank you very much for sharing these with us. And we have our keynote speaker, Terry Arnold from Terry Arnold Consultancy. We're going to be having a detailed discussion about today's session and all the next segment of our of our summit. So Staykova, thank you very much. So I will jump into my our conversation to start our discussion. So thank you, Terry, for joining this summit with us. Could you please introduce yourself to the audience?
I'm very pleased to be here, and thank you very much for inviting me. A brief history of my background in a few words. I started off with Unilever, so very good grounding. I spent 5 years with Unilever, heading up key products in the frozen foods and the detergents markets. And I was transferred to the headquarters, which at that stage was in Brussels, the European headquarters. So I had pan-European experience and expertise on brands, I would say, in just capturing them in one word, brand alignment, because obviously with Unilever, they had many brands. And one of the things, because we were expanding across, I think it was 37 markets at that particular stage, brand alignment was key. And then I was invited to join BBDO International, obviously a major advertising agency, and my responsibility there was as a creative director of BBDO International, reporting to New York. So all my key brands and involvements with were with New York. And I was with them maybe 4 years, and then I started my own creative consultancy, and I ran that for 10 years. And then finally, I went back I sold the consultancy and went back into mainstream with a company called iResearch, which was based it was about employed, I think, 400 people. Headquarters was in Pune. But what happened is that they decided or the directors decided to relocate the European headquarters and the North American headquarters to London, and then and they invited me to join them. I was VP of that particular agency. And then came the pandemic. So what I did is I reverted back to my origins, and that was as a consultant. And that's where I've been these last 3 or 4 years, building the business and building other, other routes to market.
Mm-hmm. Yes, Terry. Sorry for the. Sorry, my screen is just visible. I'm just preparing for my presentation. So, you have worked globally and supported global organizations with your work. So we're going to be discussing in detail more. Before I jump into discussion with you, I just wanted to ask Staykova, do you wanted to discuss, you have converted your idea into business concepts. So can you elaborate a little bit more? What was the motivation for that, and why you have done that? Can you hear me? We cannot hear your voice, Staykova. You are muted. We cannot hear your voice.
Yes, sorry for that.
Yes.
I couldn't hear you very well.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Can you repeat, please?
Okay.
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Okay. Yes, I just wanted to ask you, converting your idea into business concepts. What was the motivation behind it? If you could share that with our clients, with all the viewers they are watching now.
Yes. When I started my business, I made a research and found out that there weren't actually any support for the people that want to start business from their idea. And it's very difficult activity because you have to be able to apply a lot of knowledge in different areas, and to be able to build this business concept, you need to make a research for your future clients. You need to make a process mapping for your production process or service process to your clients. Also, you need to have a marketing knowledge and sales knowledge in order to be able to build a few sales funnels, for example, and how to communicate your process or your business, your products to your clients. And also, you have to account many different things that could impact your business and your process. Also, you need to take into account the financial part to build a reliable cash flow for it and budget, and to decide if you need an investment or when you will need an investment in order to search for it. That's why I decided to make this program in order to help the people to be able to start business from their idea, because it's very risky. Um, uh, there is a high risk when you start a business and you don't have the full information, or you don't have a business plan for it. Because we all know that the businesses, 70% of the businesses around or even more are failing at the first years. That's why the risk, the investments and for the investors is very high at the beginning. And our target is to minimize this risk for the entrepreneurs and also for the investors, in order to be able to receive investments at the early stage and be able to develop their business faster, because we all know that if we have the needed investment, we will be able to develop our businesses and at much faster scale.
Thank you.
And
Thank you,
here, yes,
Yes, please continue.
here I would like to ask you to play the video I create, and why so important. There is a proof why so important to rely only on the AI. But I will discuss this after the video.
Okay, just give me a second. I just need to stop sharing and share my entire screen. Let me. So SPG is the second video. So is this video talking about, isn't it? Identifying your target market. So I will just start playing.
Turning an idea into a successful business
It's just having the same problem.
starts with identifying your ideal customer. Who are you
I have to download
creating
it
this
again.
product or service for? What are their
So we are having the same problem here. So we're just gonna download it. When it is downloaded, I will play that for. We are having technical difficulties for the videos. So just turn it off. When it is downloaded, I will share that with everyone. So thank you everyone for joining today's summit. And we have Arnold and Staykova. I'm just going to add them to the stage. We just start talking a little bit more on our specific preferences, and then I will play the video again. Staykova, thank you very much for your presentation. And I just wanted to ask anyone you are watching this webinar, if you wanted to ask us question, please feel free to ask us question through the comment box, and we will try to answer your questions. For my next segments, I just wanted to ask Terry, you have worked many years with big corporations. So when you have worked with the big corporations, what was your core motivation? And when you are working now with SMEs, how do you support them to grow their business?
Yeah, thank you very much for that question, Dr. Shah. My core motivation was created way back when I was at school. I was in sciences, and I was studying predominantly sciences. And I was in a grammar school, and I told them that I wanted to, I discovered that my interest was in arts. And I approached the headmaster, and I told him this, and it wasn't a private school, but it was a grammar school, and almost instantly he treated me almost like I was a leper, that I got a disease. And when I had that experience, and I was in the sixth form, and I was motivated to want to study arts, because I hadn't, I'd got into the arts sector, the arts lab or whatever it was, and I decided I'd accumulated enough qualifications to make that shift. And that passion has stayed with me all my life, and with no regret. As I mentioned, at the peak of my career, I was creative director of BBDO International. So that's a validation, if you like, of the talent that I, both with the agency and through the employees of the agency, the level of expertise that I was capable of having. But the driving force, to get back to your question, the driving force was, and this Dr. Shah will witness, we are moving now more and more into where creativity has a value. And obviously I was employed primarily for my creative ideas, even at Unilever and at BBDO International, and also further on from that. So my concepts or my thinking, as you alluded to, Svetla, the value of the creative thought process was really what, unbeknown to me, was what was identified as being the true value, the ultimate value. I mean, if you look at Maslow's pyramid, I think Maslow's pyramid actually puts creativity right at the peak. I won't go into those details because I think most people know that. But when somebody wants to write a book or rewrite the history or whatever angle they want to come in, and they want to express that as a novel or whatever, they go to their creative input as a major source of intellect, shall we say. So I hope that answers the question, where what motivates me, and that hasn't changed. I'm now approaching, shall we say, an area of activity where I am primarily employed for the experience I have, which I appreciate, but for example, one of the clients I now have is Chichester University, or University of Chichester, and they're engaging me on to teach their postgraduate students about creativity.
Mm-hmm. Yes, Terry, we are working a long time now, and I know your expertise, and with your knowledge, we have great things to do and learn, and we're going to be continuing contributing to the society as well as businesses. So I wanted to share my screen again because the video is already downloaded. So I'm just going to share that. Just give me 1 second. I need to share the video, enter screen. The video is there. And just give me 1 second. So I'm playing the video that Svetla wanted to share. So you can see, can you see my screen? It is blank.
Yes, now.
Yes. So I will play the video for you to see.
Turning an idea into a successful business starts with identifying your ideal customer. Who are you creating this product or service for? What are their needs, wants, and pain points? Understanding your target market is crucial for tailoring your offering to meet their specific demands. Are they price sensitive or value driven? What are their demographics and buying habits? Once you have a clear picture of your ideal customer, you can estimate the market size. Research the number of potential customers in your target demographic. Analyze market trends and growth potential within your industry. This information will help you assess the viability of your business idea and make informed decisions about your target audience and potential revenue. The foundation of a successful business is a product or service that solves a real problem or improves people's lives. Does your idea address a gap in the market or offer a better solution to an existing problem? Conduct thorough market research to validate your idea. Ask them about their pain points and how your idea could help. Gather feedback on your proposed solution. Are people excited about it? Would they be willing to pay for it? Honest feedback will reveal if your idea has true market potential. Use this feedback to refine your concept. Iteration is key. Be prepared to adapt and improve your idea based on real-world insights. Transforming your validated idea into a tangible business requires a clear and structured process. This is where your business blueprint comes in. Start by mapping out each step involved in delivering your product or service. Break down complex tasks into smaller, manageable steps. Define the sequence of actions required to go from raw materials or initial concepts to the final product or service. Identify potential bottlenecks or areas for optimization within the process. A well-defined process ensures efficiency, consistency, and scalability as your business grows. Document your business process clearly. This documentation will serve as a valuable guide for your team, ensuring everyone understands their roles and responsibilities. Section 4. Delivering value, production, service strategy. With a well-defined process in place, focus on the practical aspects of delivering your product or service. If you're producing goods, establish a reliable production system. Source high-quality raw materials and determine your production capacity. Outline quality control measures to maintain consistency. For service-based businesses, define your service delivery model. Will you offer your services online or in person? What tools and resources do you need to deliver a seamless and exceptional customer experience? Carefully consider every touchpoint in the customer journey. Section 5. Attracting your customers. Marketing and sales. Having an exceptional product or service is just the beginning. You need to attract your target customers and convert them into paying clients. This is where your marketing and sales strategies come into play. Develop a compelling brand message that resonates with your target audience. What are your unique selling propositions? Why should customers choose you over your competitors? Choose the right marketing channels to reach your target customers. Will you utilize social media, content marketing, paid advertising, or a combination of strategies? Craft a compelling sales process that guides potential customers towards making a purchase. Address their objections, highlight the value you offer, and make it easy for them to say yes. Section 6. Optimizing for growth, resources, structure, and scale. As your business grows, you'll need to optimize your operations to handle increased demand. This involves carefully managing your resources, establishing an efficient organizational structure, and planning for scalability. Assess your resource needs, including finances, equipment, technology, and personnel. Hire the right people with the skills and expertise to support your growth. Clearly define roles and responsibilities within your team. Establish clear communication channels and reporting structures. Continuously analyze your processes and identify areas for improvement. Embrace a culture of continuous learning and adaptation to stay ahead of the curve.
I think we just finished our presentation. So I'm just going to go back to our original source. So thank you, Svetla, for your presentation. And if you could specifically talk about it, the behind of the scenes. And to our all viewers, these videos was developed and designed with iStock. And you can see the watermark there is just for presentation purposes. So if you have any questions regarding this, you can ask Svetla specifically any question you may have. So we have one question. I will answer. We will answer them later. But before I jump into answering questions, I just wanted to ask Svetla. You know that you have developed these programs, and as well as we wanted to extend this program from beyond your country. And why do you wanted to extend this to the other, from Bulgaria to global aspects?
Thank you for the question. Just to, I have some remarks regards the video we have just watched, and I will answer the question. The video is made for 3 minutes again, something that will take few hours normally, and this is a showcase how the AI can really help us to make our work more productive. It's made out of the content, but the AI in this case get creative by itself and includes some comments and points in the video which weren't from my content. And this is the remark I would like to share with you. If you want to confirm if your idea will work, don't share it with the potential clients. Make a research how many people have the same problem which you want to solve with your client. It's safer for your idea because while sharing your idea with the potential clients, your idea can be stolen. And it could sound funny, but actually is not, because the ideas are the initial part for each process, for each innovation and business. That's why it's so important to keep them safe before you launch the product on the market and have patents or, for example, somehow to protect your idea, services or products. For this reason, I create a platform where you can register for free your idea and receive confirmation via email, kind of certificate that this idea is yours and you register it on a certain date and time. And it's confirmed by third party, which can play as evidence and proof that this is your idea. And now to come back to the question, I decided to expand the project to other countries in order to help the people abroad and globally to start business from their idea. The business is the building block, as I said earlier, uh, for the economy. It brings value in the economy. It increases the GDP of the country, and it could help to, for example, increase the living standard there and the development of the people. And this was the main reason I decided to expand the program globally.
Thank you, Svetla. We
You're
are,
welcome.
I think, all the viewers they're enjoying the summit, and to let you know that we are working together to extend this program for the Bangladeshi individuals. So we're going to be growing this program to Bangladesh as well as Southeast Asia. So we are in the conversation and developing this program to the next stage. That's why we have Terry Arnold from Terry Arnold Consultancy, and we're going to be having other people joined this program that we can work together to steer our growth to the next level. So to people they are watching today, a great opportunity is on its way that we wanted to extend this program for you in Bangladesh. And it's going to be a year program with you. So we're going to be working with you, and you can start from Bangladesh, and then we can extend this program for you to the Bulgaria. So you can come to Bulgaria, and then we will do all the due diligence and as well as sorting all the technical and other issues, administrative issues and visas and all other things with Svetla and her company in Bulgaria. So you can come to the Europe and you can expand your idea and start your business there. I think this is a good opportunity for anyone they wanted to grow their business. And I specifically thank you, Svetla, for working with me to extend this program for Bangladesh and Southeast Asia. So I will continue our conversation, and we just have one question from
Thank you.
Azama to Terry. How do we expand our business from local to global? So it was asked if you could answer
Yeah.
this question, please.
Yeah, thank you very much. I've got I've got 3 or 4 slides which I can launch, and it explains the process that I'm at the moment. Should we switch to my screen? Can we switch to my screen?
Yes, if you could share your screen, Terry. There is a screen share on the window.
Let me see.
Can you see?
I can't see it at the moment. Oh, yeah.
So it's just by the side of next to the video icon.
Can you see it?
Just waiting for the slides. We haven't got the slides yet, Terry.
Okay, let me just.
So you need to share your screen, or entire screen or window.
I can't see the.
So on the camera icon, you can see share screen. On the Restream UI, you can see a presentation share screen.
Yeah. Let's see.
By the time you share screen, I just wanted to start my conversation.
Okay.
I think we have lost Svetla. We cannot see her feed. Is this the internet? She's back again. So we're going to continue our conversation, Svetla. This program. We are developing together, and we wanted to extend it to the next levels. There are lots of things we need to consider when we're thinking to grow this program to the next levels, and we will tailor that methodology. And specifically, without tailored methodology, we cannot cater that we are looking for. So we already have Terry. I'm sharing a screen. So
Yeah.
I'm going to be continuing this conversation after Terry's presentation. So you can see Terry's screen there. Terry,
Yes.
You can start now.
Okay, then. Thank you very much. There's only about 4 or 5 slides, and I think the reason why it's interesting to answer your customer's question, how do you expand? Obviously, keeping a long story short, with all my experience starting off with Unilever and then subsequently ending up with the Indian-based company iResearch, as the French say, my ligne rouge has always been creativity and global audiences, put it that way. So if I take you through the way my path over that period of time, and you'll see the type of clients that I've worked for. I've always been in what I term global brand experience, and I capitalize that on the fact that working out of Greenwich, the coincidence is it's a World Heritage Site, #1, and it's already, it's been instrumental for having an entrepreneurial spirit, if you like, over the hundreds of years that it's been established in Greenwich. And what I did is I more recently focused on building partner relationships with business leaders internationally. So having a global outlook and the types of clients that I was working with, even in the consultancy aspect, as you can see, Shell, IBM, Wrigley's, Apple Computers, etc., etc. These types of clients, even though some of them were very specialized and specific briefs, they were still multi-market, put it that way. They had a global outlook. But what I actually started to focus on was, how could my experience, excuse me, be applied to specific sectors? And I won't drill down, but the 4 areas that I was primarily concerned about when I started the consultancy 2 or 3 years ago was acquisition, conversion, retention, and measurement. Under those 4 categories, you can see the various areas of individual areas of activity. And I then, at that point, I came in contact with Dr. Shah, and I understood, apart from the empathy that we had together, these particular skill sets fitted very well with what he was developing as well. Excuse me. So what was my methodology? I focused on multiple areas, excuse me, and ultimately they broke down into areas like, for example, market research, analytics. I won't go through the list. You can see them yourself. Evaluation, strategy, etc. But when you looked at it from a global point of view, what still rang clear was that primarily I was looking for new business. The focus was, that way orientated. And I was involved with market segmentation, project management, web solutions, content development, and sales communications. Those are the two strips of activity that I was primarily involved with. But how does that implement itself? Well, again, when I look more closely as to number one, where were my skill sets, and number two, what could I manage even with the small team I had? You couldn't start to say, I'm going global. You can't just switch that on, as Svetla, is probably well explained. And AI, it's only recently come to the market. So scaling things up, whilst it's now easier to do that, I would say it still ultimately falls into, in terms of what I was providing, what I would call research advisory, surveys and analysis, flagship reports, and that's where the value that I deliver is most appreciated, and distribution and leads. So when I go out, and I've just given now 2 or 3 examples of how these global clients, to answer the question, how they can be approached and deliver the sorts of solutions that are now, you can enable these types of solutions with medium and large clients. Because when you start to go out, particularly on the internet, and you start gathering data and you start to analyze the capability of that data, you can divide it into areas of, for example, in this example, which is in the music and consumer insight, things like the number of survey responses. You can get easily 4,000 survey responses across 13 countries. And on that sort of level of surveying, you can identify with percentages, the types of percentages that generate the responses that you're looking for. So again, I'll give you another example. Here we go with the BBC, one I did with the BBC. 6,600 survey responses, 22 countries. Key findings was about the the TV industry and what the penetration of the BBC in particular, what penetration they could provide. And then finally, a third example, Netflix, 11,000 plus surveys and 19 countries, and key findings, again, summarized out of all the users who are the high streamers of videos, or who are the highest streamers of videos in market sectors. So when you start to look at the benefits, number one, you can deliver a 360-degree service, 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. You're highly experienced in the market, so you can cherry pick where you want to position yourself. it's economical and efficient as the sort of volume demonstrates. You can go, key question, from global to local to global. You can, whether you want to go 32 countries, 22 countries, or even one country. You know, I do research just for UK alone. So you can scale it up and scale it down according to need. And then ultimately, you know, the content, what it delivers is outstanding content from unique insights, plus the fact, you know, you can assure the quality in the usual classical ways with the ISO type numbers that are there. So I hope that sort of demonstrates sort of fairly succinctly and rapidly how I, as an individual, not with my team and with my resources, can now scale up on a level, or have the capability to scale up at a level that you know, hitherto would have been, I would say, almost impossible. And with AI, which I am now embracing along with Dr. Shah, together we're embracing AI, and that will, you know, be a real game changer.
Thank you, Terry. We lost Svetla again. So when she is back, we will add her to the stage. She's back. So we're going to be adding her to the stage again. Sorry for the technical mismatch. And in the weekend, there intend to be more people watching and continue their work at home. So the internet line is a little bit unstable, but please excuse us for that. And thank you everyone for joining today's summit. And I have Svetla as well as Terry today to discuss about theory of infinite potentials, how we can grow from local to national levels. And we have all the resources for us to aid your growth. So at this point, I just wanted to share my screen again to discuss about the work that I'm doing right now. And just give me one couple of seconds. So you probably see my screen now. So I'm just going to present today what are going to be involving with the this theory of infinite potentials to extend the work that I'm doing with Svetla. So we have developed this platform, Sales Funnel Accelerator. You probably see Sales Funnel Accelerator now. So why we have developed Sales Funnel Accelerator? Because working long time, last 25 years, I have worked with different type of industries as well as in different roles. And I have developed such skills that will cater future growth. It is helping me, and I'm supporting individuals like Terry, and we have other resources to work with. So within this work, we are supporting our clients. So Sales Funnel Accelerator is a 7-step sales funnel, accelerate growth, reduce cost, and drive success. Why and how it will do it, and I will discuss it on my presentation. So when we develop Sales Funnel Accelerator and launch these last couple of months ago, we used to work individually, like for developments, we used to have a separate platform. For marketing, we have a separate platform, and all other work we do, we used to have separate platforms. And then we realized that we can combine all of those platforms and can create a framework that will tailor growth. So then we start our work, and we researched and we combine them together technologically, as well as how we can support individuals. So with this 7-step sales funnel, we have 7 individual framework to go through, and it will accelerate growth, it will reduce cost, and it will drive success. So if you go to salesfunnelaccelerator.com, you will see our 7 individual framework or methodology. I will discuss it briefly with my presentation, but I'm just going to go into the bottom of the sales funnel. You can see all of our work that we have done, explainer videos. I'm not going to play those videos now because we don't have that much time. I'm just going to skip through. If you wanted to work with us, you can work with us as we work together with Terry, Chris Silverwood, and we have more people to join our team to work and grow your businesses. So this is a framework, and you know that we do not have all the domains knowledge. As a marketing specialist, as well as business strategist and technologist, I have knowledge of specific domains. But if I wanted to work with like the knowledge Terry has, or the knowledge other people have, or Svetla has, some of the areas I do not have knowledge. So what we do, we combine this framework, and we're gonna be working with any of these strategists to grow your business. So with this 7-step sales funnel, let me go through with that. Specifically, in this 7-step sales funnel, you can see my internet is very slow. It's loading very slowly. So we have know your business and develop a strategy, sales funnel and social selling, lead magnets, books, workshops, development, AI, technology integration, SEO, content marketing integration, qualifying and closing sales, and after sales. So we have this 7-step sales funnel with Accelerate Your Business. If I go into detail of this individual sales funnel, each of them are tailored to do a certain things. So when you thinking of developing, understanding your business, some of the businesses we work in, they really do not understand their core business. Sometimes they fail to understand. Why? Because understanding your business is different than understanding your product and services, because a product and services are your elements for you to sell it to the public. But a business is combined of your product services, and you need to embed strategy and a lot of other things to tailor your methodology. So with knowing your business, develop a strategy. What we do, we will assess your business, and you can see there are lots of subsections here. I'm not going to go in detail of specific sections. If you go to salesfunnelaccelerator.com, you can see it. So when we understand and know your business, we will tailor the methodology to start our next section, that is sales funnel and social selling. So you know that sales funnel and social selling is core for any business they wanted to grow. And please be aware that this is not a magic wand. So if you want us to work with you, it will take time, and we will work specifically with our methodology and create a solid platform. So if you wanted to create a solid platform, then you need to research first, like knowing your business and develop strategy. Then you need to create all the technology that you need for you to grow. So with our sales funnel creation and social selling, we will create your technology. Like if you need a sales market, we will create go-to-market strategy. Based on the go-to-market strategy, we will create your packaging, how you want it to sell and reach customer, and a lot of other things. If you go through specifically each section, you will see there are lots of individual sections, and I don't want to go in detail with that. If you are looking to have a strategic session, feel free to contact any of us. We are on LinkedIn, and we can go through with this. And the next section is lead magnets and books and workshops. So what we're going to do, we're going to work with you to develop lead magnets. And you know that lead magnets are key for any businesses to attract new customer. And books and workshops are the next levels. So when you are attracting customer, you need to develop a knowledgeable things. And I think developing a book with your knowledge will tailor your methodology to the next levels. And then is the workshop. Like, why you need to develop a workshop? Because people nowadays, they are more knowledgeable, more educated, and they wanted to gain extensive knowledge of your subject matters and the work they're going to be doing. So developing a workshop, we tailor that methodology to the next levels. Then we have AI and technology integration. So we will understand your business and then add a specific technology. Technology means if your website is right, if you wanted to embed AI to your website, or then if you have a CRM or email, cold email systems, or any other systems that you are looking for, invoicing or project management and so on. There is endless of the things. So we will assess that and we will embed AI and technology for you to grow and go to the next levels. And then we talk about SEO, content creation. You know that SEO is core for your greater visibility, your local places, national and global places. So if you do not embed a SEO strategy and content marketing integration, then you will fall apart, because people, they are looking for you. If those people are not coming to social media specifically, or they are not connected with you, you need to utilize SEO within your framework. The next bit is qualifying and closing sales. So we have a specifically tailored methodology for qualifying and closing sales. And if you do not do that, you will fall apart. And you have to embed SEO, qualifying and closing sales. It's a specific way you can tailor that methodology. I will not go into details. You need to embed this within your culture to grow your business. Then the after sales, because when you start your sales with someone, you need to have a after sales mechanism for you to retain your customer, get and conflict resolutions, and a lot of other things you need to do. So this will tailor your methodology for have a happy clients as well as retain that clients and earn more. So I think that's all on a nutshell for our sales funnel accelerator. If you wanted to know more, I am having other webinars, and if you wanted to know more, we can have you can contact me directly, and I will now go to our conversation. I will just go out from the screen. So Terry and Svetla, thank you very much for your patience. So waiting long time to understand the business proposition that we are creating. You know, Svetla, we just wanted to ask and go to our conversation now, specifically with this summit and engaging individuals in Bulgaria as well as outside of Bulgaria. We wanted to contribute to the local and national and international population. So you are working, I think, such a long time now and develop this strategy. Can you tell our audience about your book, the book that you have? Okay, you cannot hear me. I think you have a audio problem, Svetla. Can you hear me now? We cannot hear you. We cannot hear you, Svetla.
I don't hear you well. Can you type the question?
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
No.
So you cannot hear me, but Terry, can you hear me now?
I can hear you.
I hear you now.
Okay. So I asked Svetla, because you have a book, published book. So can you tell a bit more about your book to the audience, The Theory of Infinite Potential?
You're asking about the infinite potential?
I'm asking
right?
about your book. About your book.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
So if you could tell a bit more about your book, The Theory of Infinite Potential.
Yes. Well, I decided to write the book because I think that there is a huge gap on the market. I am also economist and accountant, and from my experience and what I saw from researchers on the market, uh, there is something that just can't come up with the numbers globally and locally, nationally. And that's why I decided to write it. Also, I think that the unique potential of the human is the building block of the economy. And actually, this is what is bringing value on the market. But we somehow forgot this, that the human is the handler of the value, and the money are the expression of that value. And you can see the theory. The link is on the website, but I will share with you briefly. So we are producing value on the market, and at the same time, as I mentioned earlier in the discussion, that 70% of the startups are failing.
Mhm.
And this is a huge amount lost in value on the market. But at the same time, this value was included in the GDP. And the money for this value are transferred to other companies, other 30%, let's say. But why is this is not that good? First of all, this enables to create monopoles on the market, and we know that this is not good for the free market.
Mhm.
And the second point is that we transfer the money, we transfer the expression, but we don't account the loss of that value. And actually, this loss is decreasing the value of the expression on the market, in addition to the inflation, which is coming from printing money out of loans. And if we can invest those printed money with a higher interest or ROI, it's okay, it's great. But when we have such a huge loss or gap in the market that decrease the value so much, then we need to print money again in order to compensate it somehow. And this is where I think um, the the things are getting worse and worse and worse with the time. And by certain periods of time, we have financial crisis. So we need to start from preventing having such big loss and helping those startups actually get successful. The more successful they become, the more value they will bring to the market, and the economy will be growing. And by the turnover of the money, actually, we are able to create value also on the market. And we need to speed up the turnover on the market and have as much players or as much business businesses uh, included in this turnover in order to produce a greater or bigger amount of value on the market. And the reasons that some of the startups may fail are different. Some part of it, yes, they can be because there is a poor management or planning. But on the other hand, if we take food production, for example, there are a lot of companies and startups that are failing in this sector. At the same time, and a lot of value is lost, a lot of goods and food. At the same time, we have a lot of people that are not able to reach that market or to buy the stuff they want. And this is something we have to think about. And actually, when we are helping people to start their own businesses, to create value on the market, to be part of the turnover on the market, we are helping them to gain the markets and the materials and the goods they need and the services they need. And some of the reasons are not because there is no search on the market for these materials, goods, or services, but because some of the people are not reaching to the market, not able to reach in the market. And this is what I'm trying to do actually with my theory and with my project, is to help the people to be included in this turnover, to create more value on the market and increase and help the economy to grow, and at the same time to have more players and speed up the turnover of the money.
Thank you,
So this is
Svetla.
briefly. Yes, you're welcome.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure working with you. We are nearly end of our session, so we're going to be discussing a few more minutes. And Terry, we are working together nearly a year now, and we are supporting individuals as well as growing our business to the next levels. My question would be in relation with your global expansion. That okay, you are trying to you are supporting businesses for them to expand globally. What are the key areas they have to understand before they're thinking to go from local to global?
Well, I think one of the ones that we're going through at the moment, you and I, Dr. Shah, is SEO. I think the power of SEO is so great, and whether you divide it into paid search or organic search or whatever, however you subdivide it, its potential with the algorithms and penetration of the market. And we're not even talking about the intervention of AI and how that will all affect things. I think in generic terms, I would put SEO as the primary point of contact. Would you agree with that?
Yes, Terry, because when we're thinking about global business expansion, we need to think about, okay, all the puzzle pieces. When you develop businesses, we call it is business canvas. We have to have a business canvas, and on that business canvas, we have to have individual puzzle pieces, and SEO is one of them. And as well as we need to understand the business, we need to understand the strategy, we need to understand technology, we need to understand a lot of other things like Svetla works is an accountant, and it is very important that you understand your finance as well, because if you do not understand your finance, you cannot go from local to global, because it's lots of you need to spend a lot, as well as if you do not know how to spend, how to project your ongoing things, you cannot succeed. So thank you, Terry, for the answer. And I just wanted to ask Svetla specifically how important it is to understand your finance when you creating your business. I know that on our program we have specifically sections that you prioritize it, that you need to understand your finance before you do anything else. So how important it is for the new business or the startups or SMEs to understand their finance?
Yes, thank you for the question. It's very important because each of the actions in the business creates a cash flow, whether it will be an income or a cost outcome. And that's why it's so crucial to be able to understand your activities and how they will affect your cash flow, for example, or your yearly statement. Not because of the numbers only in the statement, but in order to be able to plan your activities and plan your cash flows properly. Because if you somehow suddenly uh, uh, get into trouble to not have enough money in your cash flow for 1 month or 2 months, this could be crucial for your business. This will mean that you won't be able to buy materials, or you won't be able to pay for the services and serve to your clients. And this could cause also delay to your clients to deliver. And that's why it's so important to set a good financial plan and cash flow right from the beginning. And if you need a funding, to know when exactly you need it and how much. Because if you take less as funding, again, if you cannot cover the needs of your business at that certain time, it could be really crucial for your activities and to deliver goods or materials or services to your clients. On the other hand, if you take more funding than you need and you have more spendings than you need, then again you will be in trouble, because for this funding you will have to pay an interest, and the target is to find the optimal amount of funding, for example, that you will need, or the optimal amount of income in your cash flow, whether through your revenue or from additional funding when this is needed. That's why it's so important. Also, it's very important to be able to optimize your activities and costs. Why? Because at a certain level of the cost, maybe it won't be that profitable to produce more. That's why, or less, because you won't be able to cover the costs. For example, if you produce much less, or you could spend more, and if you decide to produce more of your goods, and of course this will reflect on your profit as well. That's why it's very important to be able to define this optimal amount of production or clients which you are able to serve.
Thank you, Svetla. We are nearly end of our session.
You're welcome.
And we're just going to finish our session in a couple of minutes' time. I just wanted to ask Terry, in each program, we do say about key takeaways. So from this summit, if you could let our audience few key takeaways from this conversation.
I would say the key, I've gone right the way from the beginning in my career, and I always used to enjoy sitting in on research, although I wasn't, heavily involved. I was just a spectator at Unilever, but research has always been a consistent factor, and I think, the easiest way to describe it was I always thought I knew the answer until I was presented with the research. So research is key, and I've gone 360 degrees and gone back to my roots, and I would say I would recommend that you get, this is why I'm now so heavily involved with research, whether it doesn't matter what form of research, well, obviously it does matter what form, but there are a variety of techniques and research methodology, and you can grow a business in quite modest in a modest way along the lines of what Svetla is describing. Just take it stage by stage and grow within your means. But I would say research is probably the key to what I would recommend.
Thank you, Terry. Thank you very much. I just wanted to ask Svetla as well, if you wanted to add key takeaways from this summit, and we're going to be doing another summit next year. So if you could tell a bit more about the key takeaways and your plan for the next year.
The key takeaways are that we really have to work together with more experts and specialists in the field. And the other one is to know how important is the unique potential of each one of us. And by developing our potential, we can deliver great solutions for the society. And the plan for the next year is implementing the projects and going forward and building up in order to be able to deliver a better and more solutions for the clients.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone, for joining today's live webinar on our summit. And we will bring this summit again next year. And we will share our stories and all the bits and pieces that we will go through. So thank you, Svetla, and thank you, Terry, for being a valued person within this framework. And please stay on the line. I will say bye-bye to the audience, and we will have a conversation and end our meetings and summit. So I'm going to take you off now. And thank you for everyone joining today's summit. And we appreciate your support. Please spread the word as we go from local to national and national to global. So we have worked last few years together, and now we're working for you to get you to the next levels. So if you are interested to joining our program, feel free to contact us, any of us, through social media or through our websites and so on. We will more than happy to tailor our methodology for you. So I will welcome you next week with all other lives that I'm doing. Apart from that, stay tuned. Have a good weekend. Nice time. Spread the word. Thank you and bye-bye.